Riding bulls can be a dream or a nightmare. The reality of the matter is the new PRCA Xtreme Bulls Tour is smoking. 10 stops, $1 million. The drive to be #1 has been unmatched by Blue Stone. But new challengers, young and old, have arrived on the scene. They are sticky and ready to throw their hats in the ring. Hang on, it's Xtreme Bulls.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special.
Reliant Stadium in Houston, Texas, the second stop on PRCA Xtreme Bulls. Hello everyone, I'm Jeff Metters. With me, 8-time world champion Donnie Gay. Donnie, if you look at this from a number standpoint, 10 stops plus the finals, more than $1 million. Throw all that out. We're going to get to see the best bull riders in the world and the best bulls.
Well, anytime you have the top 30 guys in the world coming together with good livestock, you're going to have a great event. Now, we've got a lot of big names here. Of course, the young gun who won it last event at San Antonio, Corey Melton, he did an outstanding job, won almost $25,000, and he's in the lead for the championship of the world. He's in the competition tonight, has a good bull from Sammy Andrews named Alley Cat. Really a nice draw. He should ride this bull, but a lot of good competition in that 30.
Yeah, if you're looking for a franchise player, probably Blue Stone. He's won the last 2 PRCA World Championships.
Well, you know, the world titles give you a lot of confidence and everything, but you're only as good as your last bull ride, and Blue Stone knows that. He's drawn a bull from the Salt River Rodeo called El Nino. A big black Brangus bull, weighs about 1,600 pounds. He's going to crank it to the left. That's into his hand. I think advantage Blue Stone, but this bull's only been ridden twice in the last 3 years.
El Nino, you have to love the name, and any bull rider will tell you, when it rains, it pours, and the storm begins next on ESPN2. Second stop on PRCA Xtreme Bulls. This ESPN presentation of Xtreme Bulls from the Reliant Stadium in Houston, Texas is brought to you by Wrangler for the Cowboy and You, by Coors Original, real Rocky Mountain beer, it's Guys Night Out, by Dodge, you can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horns, Dodge, and by Justin Boots, standard of the West since 1879. These bull riders right now are in their pregame. Let's go to the locker room and our third member of our team, Eleanor Mondale.
Hey, Jeff. You know, the purse for every Xtreme Bulls tour stop is $75,000. The Cowboys earn money for how they do in the semifinals and also in the aggregate, and the winner gets a check for $25,000. In tonight's competition, we are featuring the top Cowboys from qualifying events in San Antonio, Texas, and Rapid City, South Dakota. Now, these guys are up against big-name bulls like Bo Dippin from Andrews Rodeo Company, and also Smokeless Hammer Time from Bad Company. But hey, you know, it's $75,000. These guys are ready to cowboy up. It's going to be fun, Jeff.
All right, thanks, Eleanor. Donnie Gay, one stop on the tour complete. Here are the guys that made money in San Antonio.
Well, they all did well, and they should. They're veterans. Everybody except Corey Melton and Rusty Patrick have got National Finals rodeo experience. So, you know, these guys are up for the challenge.
Semifinals took place just a little bit earlier. We start with Jason Mclean on Vicodemus.
It's a good draw right here out of the Salt River Rodeo Company. Going to spin right in the gate to the right into his hand. Jason Mclean, National Finals bull rider, and just staying up on his rope. That's what Vicodemus is trying to slide him backwards. Whistle blows, he's down and gets a nice score.
That's your goal here in the semifinals. Just make a qualified ride and move on to the finals. He does that with an 84.5. Now to Jason Legler.
Hitchhiker, Salt River Rodeo sends this bull in. Bull's coming in the groups. It's a good draw right here. We saw Robert Bowers win money on him at San Antonio. Here we go. He's going down to the well, comes back out. Nice move. Got to get in before you get out, and he does it twice. Good bull ride, Jason Legler.
Jason puts an 82 on the board, so 2 guys moving on to the finals pretty easily. Now a good veteran bull rider here, Vince Stanton, lives up in Weiser, Idaho.
Well, if you don't get 15, you go by time, and Vince Stanton's got Rattler, and he's got the rope jerked out of his hand. No score. We'll have a time clock up on him.
Tough draw for him, 3.15 seconds for Vince Stanton.
I doubt that gets anything. You know, he was a reserve champ of the world. I mean, I know he's a little frustrated right now.
Now to Adam Percy, Mr. Freeze is the bull.
Oh, really like this bull. Hopping and skipping out across there. Not his normal trip. Steps right on him. Oh man, he is knocked out, Mr. Freeze. He's just out there doing his thing. Doesn't know the guy's down. But watch it again right here. He's got his helmet on, but boys, the helmets at best don't keep you from getting hurt. Get out from under this bull. Step right, kicked him right in the side of the head. Probably just stunned him. You see Joe Baumgartner talking to him, got the helmet off. And Justin Sports Medicine Team, yeah, there's a little owie on there, but he's up and all right and thinks the weather's good in Palm Beach.
That's exactly right. So Adam Percy kind of dodging a bullet right there. Now to Myron Dwart. Dog faces the bull. Another bull from Salt River.
All right, Adam had 5 seconds in there. He's going to be close, but Dogface hops and skips, stumbled a little bit. Myron Dwart, you know, a little less than 4 seconds here. I think it's going to be, if you make it in on time, if we don't get 15 qualified rides, it's going to be closer to that 8-second mark.
Phillip Elkins, now Lipan, Texas, all-star the bull from Andrews Rodeo.
This is a great bull. You could see a leaderboard change. This guy, you know, really a good draw for Phillip Elkins. Phillip Elkins not won a world championship, but not because he doesn't have the ability. As you just see right there, he can do anything that you have to do to ride bulls. He just doesn't try and travel as hard as everybody else.
Made it look pretty easy. 89 for the two-time Wrangler NFR qualifier. Now to Cody Hancock. Here's a past world champion. Won the world in 2000.
And, you know, in a tough start for the champ. Runs him back off his bull rope, slides him back. I mean, you know, you could almost get a reride option for that right there, but 4.89, Cody Hancock says, man, not here. Houston, of all places.
And here's Jesse Bale, probably the best all-around rough sock cowboy out there now.
Maybe one of the toughest physically. Boozer of Andrews Rodeo Company, ranked bull right here. Jesse Bale, they're thinking, well, this Boozer can throw him off, not going to do it. Bale rides him pretty handy.
Pretty good bronc rider, too, and Jesse moves on to the finals. His score, 82.5.
Well, reserve all-around champion of the world last year in the PRCA standings. You see him still limping right there. He's never gotten over last year's national finals.
Billy Burt trying to conquer some muddy waters.
Andrews Rodeo, oh, hopped out of it. Gets him on the end of his arm. Burton comes down, 6.03. Now, there's a time that starts to get interesting.
He'll be counting the seconds. You can see Sammy Andrews running by. Now to Robbie Condren, lives in Dayton, Texas. Off to a pretty good start so far in 2003.
Sammy Andrews really likes this bull. Diamond cutter. He is in trouble on the end of his arm. Gets the whistle, Jeff, you know, and he wasn't trying to ride him at the end. He was hung up in the rope, couldn't get loose, and it got him an 85 score. I thought the score was too high because the bull has him. It's a great recovery, but right here, he's out of shape. That's about 5 or 6 seconds. You know, he's bucked off, his hands just stuck in the rope. Judges should have docked him some more, but 85 is official.
It is official. He'll move on to the finals. Here's Blue Bryant. One appearance at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo in his career. That was back in 1999.
Kryptonite's a little bull, turn back to the left and then back around to the right. You see Blue Bryant. He's so excited to get back. He's healthy. He's been banged up for a long time. You see him, he just can't quit limping. Blue Bryant, 86.5, good score, and he'll be getting another try.
Jerry Shepard now, Utah Cowboy. Tush is the bull from Bad Company.
All right, Bad Company, Mac Altizer's bull. They call him Tush. Little rock and roll right here. Bull wants to spin right, turns on the blinker, and then tricks him. Goes back the other way, sliding him off his bull rope. But a good hustling effort ride. Stays up on his rope and gets the whistle. I thought this bull had Jerry Shepard bucked off. He's got to figure out how to get off, though. No.
Finally makes his escape. He winds up with a score of 84. A lot of these guys scoring just right in the mid-80s so far in the semifinals.
Well, you can see a youngster. He's going, hey, man, I've made it. I'm going to get another. That's exciting.
And there's Joe Smith as he settles in on Code Blue.
All right, Sammy Catalina sends Code Blue. This is a good draw. Now, I've never seen Joe Smith ride. Got him going into his hand, makes a good move right there. Hey, I like it so far. Got his back straight, chin tucked. That's picture perfect bull riding. Reverse the spin. Look out, Phillip Elkins. You got some competition.
And Smith would wind up with a score of 85.
Oh, boy. Me and the judges just not on the same page. Get that up there closer to that 89.
Phillip Elkins is the leader with 89 points. Lots of those scores just right there in the mid-80s.
Looking for the top 15 bull riders. We're going to get them.
That's the Cowboy side. For the other half of the equation, let's go to Eleanor Mondale.
In bull riding, besides the cowboys, of course, there are the bulls. And the guys that are in charge of bringing these great bulls to this event are called stock contractors. I got to talk to Sammy Andrews, one of the biggest stock contractors and last year's stock contractor of the year, and he walked me through the ropes of what it takes to bring these bulls here. This afternoon, Sammy Andrews, owner of Andrews Rodeo Company, took me for an up-close and personal introduction to some of his top bucking bulls, horns and all. Who could be scared of such beautiful creatures? Me? He's getting ready to charge us?
Well, he's kind of letting you know that it's his turf, you know.
Okay. These are some amazing animal athletes, but I asked Sammy who he thinks are the best of the best.
Well, right now it'd be kind of tough. I think I've got 2 or 3 that are pretty equal. Snuff King, which is a bodacious calf. This bull here, buck from the word go. He has a lot of power. He really yanks on them, and he'll turn back either way. And same with Bo Dipping, which is a bodacious calf. He's a bull rider's bull. He's bull rider friendly. They really like to draw him. He rides good, but if you stub your toe, he's going to throw you in the dirt. 122 Slim, he's bull rider friendly. He really gets in the air. He may spend a little too much time in the air to throw many cowboys off because he tries to get so high. He's a real good bull. He has lots of color, lots of kick, and if you ride him, you're going to score in the 90s. It's the bulls that we have brought up through the breeding program. I think it's kind of at the top of my herd there.
Andrews Rodeo Company has one of America's top breeding programs. Last year, Sammy was officially recognized for all of his hard work and named Stock Contractor of the Year.
And it's nice to be mentioned as a Stock Contractor of the Year because you go down with the Vogues, the Surveys, and the Butlers, and you'll always be in the history books.
And Donnie, the Born to Buck program's had a huge impact on the industry.
Well, it has. There's a lot more great bulls available. Look at those bulls in their prime, 5 and 6 years old, but there's no such thing as an unridden bull for much more than a season or two, or you've got something really special.
I love that term, bull rider friendly.
Well, that's kind of like minor surgery, as long as it's happening to someone else.
That's exactly right. Terry Don West wants one that's bull rider friendly. More semis when we come back. Back at Rodeo Houston, the second stop on the PRCA Xtreme Bulls Tour. Right now, Phillip Elkins has the lead in the semis with an 89. As we get back to more semifinal action, we'll see if somebody can catch him. First rattle out of the box, here is Luke Kelly on Diamond Shadow.
All right, Vernon Guidry brings this bull in. You know, this is a Born to Buck program bull. His father is a great diamond. Luke Kelly's a young bull rider with a lot of talent, and right here, you're going to see why. Look at this. He's got a lock on this bull. He could loosen up and do a little spurring, but you know, he just wants to get him rolling. He knows that you got to ride 2 if you really want to win the big money to win this thing. Got that first one covered. Young guy's got to be feeling pretty good. This will be a nice score.
Yeah, pretty comfortable. 83.5 on Diamond Shadow. There's Howdy Cloud. He drew Panda Bear from Andrews Rodeo.
Well, one of the early leaders in PRCA Rodeo standings, won the Denver National Western, and he's got a great bull out of Andrews breeding program called Panda, rounded the right into his hand. I picked Howdy to win something, but the bull jumped out of it, and you know, I really thought he'd ride him. The bull jumps out, and he just gets into his hand. Rides him 4.78 seconds, Jim.
Josh O'Byrne, Glen Rose, Texas, one of the toughest guys out there.
Got the hardest to ride bull in the event. Law Dog of Andrews. This bull spins to the right, but he moves ahead. Nearly impossible for a left-hander to ride.
Yeah, only stays on 2.62 seconds. Josh will not be moving on. Here's Tyler Fowler. Freight Train is the bull from Sammy Catalina.
All right, Mr. Catalina lives over in Bryant, over by Texas A&M. He got some good bulls. This is a good draw. Theodore Roosevelt. Oh, man, come on, Tyler. That's what I call him. You know, they got into his hand. You know, that's just lack of concentration. You can tell by the look on his face. He's upset.
37-year-old Terry Don West, past world champion, back in the PRCA groove, and he's going to be a guy to contend with all year.
Well, he's got a great bull, Sammy Andrews. This bull just looks like a common old herd bull. Hereford round to the left. Oh, boy, what a move. Vintage Terry Don West. What a great bull ride. 90s, look out. Phillip Elkins, you may have to move over. Look at this. I mean, here's a guy that's closing in on 40. He's hopping around just caddy as ever.
92 for Terry Don West, new leader.
Look at that, chewing his gum, spits out his mouthpiece another day at the office for TD.
We'll see if Colby Yates can catch him. Colby Drew slipping away.
Oh, this is a nice little bull. Young bulls of Salt River Rodeo. Just looks to the left. You want to go right there to the left. Colby Yates, it doesn't make any difference. Just around spurring him with the outside foot. Here's a guy that is showing me that maybe he has more talent than a lot of guys entered in the event. This kid, he can do it from Fort Worth, Texas.
Third in the final Jack Daniel World Standings a year ago, 82.5 for Colby Yates. That brings us to Kyle Joslin. Bodyworks is the bull. This is another bull from Sammy Andrews.
This bull here is bad news to ride. Here we go. Big old stout bull. We saw B.J. Schumacher ride this bull, and we couldn't believe he rode him over at San Antonio, but Kyle Joslin comes down.
I guess he's not bull rider friendly.
Absolutely. there you have both kinds.
6.54 the time for Kyle Joslin. Now to B.J. Schumacher. Made his first Wrangler National Finals rodeo last year.
All right, remember the wreck that Zach Brown had when he broke his leg at San Antonio? The bull just got on it. This is the bull. Here we go, water moccasin, Salt River. Oh, hits the gate. Almost stopped him dead in his tracks. The bull's confused. Now, this goes to show you that you can't make $1. They either do or they don't. That bull, we could have got into the 90s on the score from San Antonio, but today, 63 points. B.J. Schumacher has an option for a re-ride. You're sitting there going, what he's trying to find out, how many guys have made the whistle. I bet he doesn't take one.
Now to Bluestone. El Nino is the bull.
Right there to the left, you heard me talk about him at the top of the show. I can't believe it. The bull stops and then reverses the spin. These bulls, I think, might be a little intimidated by this beautiful facility here at the Reliant Stadium. Bluestone rides that bull, no problem. All right, 81.5, and he's going to get a re-ride option. He shouldn't take one. If I were BJ, I probably would, being 63, but I don't know. It's a decision.
Robert Bowers, tough Canadian bull rider. He drew Bloodsport in the semifinals.
This bull right here is about half ranked. Jerry Nelson, Salt River Rodeo, the Bad Boy Bull crew right there to the left, and oh boy, Bowers likes him to go this direction. You see his feet are bouncing, a little spurn with the outside foot. He is trying to come up on the leaderboard. That's a great bull ride. I love to see rides like that. Not a real terrific get off right back in the chute. He said, yeah.
High five.
The flank man, the high five on the flank man. He said, man, you did a nice job. That bull fit me perfect.
Matches Phillip Elkins, the second best score so far in the semis with an 89. And here's Corey Melton. He won the event in San Antonio, #1 in our ex-Bulls standings.
Okay, young guy. He's got a lot of pressure on him. Said, okay, I won one. Need to get up there, need to win another one. Got to ride two. Jump out, bull comes around into his hand and starts to make a spin, and he's over, tipped into his hand, bucked him off. 4.78, and that's just a look of disgust. He was thinking past that bull. That'll happen to a young guy with a lot of money up, but I bet it doesn't happen often.
And here's the most questionable gamble of the night.
Bluestone smacked down the bull, and Smackdown gets him. Somebody said, why would he take a re-ride at 81.5? And I'd say, well, he was not thinking. That was a mistake by the world champion.
And that 2.91 seconds will not get him into the finals. Here's how the semifinals stacked up. Terry Don West wins it, 92. A couple of guys in there with 89 points. On the bottom side, the last two guys in, 14 and 15 spots. Charles Oss gets in, Kyle Joslin gets in. Both of those guys on time. Here's Eleanor.
I'm here with Terry Don West. You just got a 92. That bull almost got you off.
Yeah, got me into my hand when he come around the left. That's the thing about trying hard. If you try hard enough, you can get back. And I surprised myself that time.
And when you got back on, did you know you were going to stay?
Well, I tried to get tapped off, and when I got tapped off, I knew I had him in.
And that's the easy part, the semifinals. There's Jesse Bale settling in. The finals from Xtreme Bulls in Houston when we come back. Welcome back to Houston, Texas. Second stop on the PRCA Xtreme Bulls Tour. We're just getting warmed up. 10 stops on this, and the big news is all the money counts toward the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo.
Well, that's true. You know, it's $1 million in prize money for these bull riders, and, you know, deservedly so. Look at this guy.
Yeah, it fits right into his bill. Terry Don West won the world champion in 1996, on pace to do it again this year. And now we're down to our final 3 bull riders. Terry West will be the first to go. David Fournier, Jerome Davis yet to ride. The Bulls magic. No doubt for Terry, if he's going to win the world championship, it's going to start with an 8-second ride.
I can remember the bull was giving me not a very good shot in the bucking chute, and he was wanting to lean on my legs, and I thought, I got a lot of pressure on the bull anyway. Just stand up. I just want to get out of here. You know, you ride bulls all year long, and it all comes down to one bull. 8 seconds. All the bulls you've been on all year, all the hard work you put into it, it all comes down to one bull.
The runner-up to Jerome Davis in 1995, back in that same situation again. One bull for the world championship.
Are we ready to get started?
But I wouldn't nod until the bull was standing the way I wanted him, because it was the world champion buckle. It was all up to that bull. And I made him stand up, and I got him run.
The magic was all Terry Don that day. At the 1996 NFR, he covered 8 out of 10 bulls, won 2 rounds, finished 3rd in the average, and pocketed $70,807. But more importantly, he proved to himself and to his peers that he was the best in the world.
But this is for the people that didn't think I could do it.
I was afraid to go sleep that night because afraid that it was a dream.
Michelle, when I wake up in the morning, just slap me. Tell me this is not a dream.
It's hard to believe that West has only appeared in 2 Wrangler NFRs. He hasn't returned since he won the world championship in '96. That should change this year. He's firing on all cylinders. That's not good for the competition, past or present.
I'm ready to just go ride everything out there. A lot of people want Terry Don West to go away. Well, I'm not going away. I'm here to stay. You might not want to see me ride, but if you turn on the television, you'll see me ride. I'm not the Terry Don West. There's people that, you know, puts me down, say I'm done. Well, hey, now you're watching me on television. You used to ride against me. Hey, I'm still on TV. You still watching me ride. You know, who's the greatest bull rider? Who knows? I'm just going to keep riding and show them. Just keep riding. Who is the greatest? I think Donnie Gay is. He's my idol anyway.
Kind of giving you a plug there, Donnie.
All right, man. All right, TD, new goals. He's healthy. Look out, guys.
And he respects his elders, the 8-time world champion, Donnie Gay. Terry Don West in action when we come back. Welcome back to the Reliant Center, Houston, Texas. A great stadium for football. And you know what, Donnie Gay, pretty good for bull riding, too.
They got plenty of room up. You know, the guy's not hitting the rafters anyway.
They're not. Final round matchups. You like the one with Slim and Kyle Joslin and Jesse Bale and Rooster.
Well, I like Jesse Bale to ride the bull, but Kyle Joslin, he's matched well. Slim, one of those second-generation bulls. It could be tough.
Charles Zoss got in by way of time, rode 6.34 seconds. One of 2 guys that didn't make a qualified ride in the semis, but still gets into the final round.
Well, it's an opportunity to get in, but usually it doesn't pay very much because they're down at the bottom of the food chain, and you can see, oh man, slammed him up against the gate. Charles Zoss, it might not be such a good thing to get in, watch this. Bull turns back, red-eyed fever, Salt River Rodeo, comes around to the left and just strings him out. Now watch this. Wop-ola.
Oh,
man. It is good to be young, I'm telling you.
Well, those cases where maybe the helmet did pretty good job for him right there.
Well, yeah. Either that or you sure got to be hard-headed to be a bull rider.
Man. Made the most of it, hangs onto the fence. 4.69 seconds.
I mean, he just barely has ridden 8 seconds out of 2 rides. You know, that's not good, but he had an opportunity for some extra money.
Kyle Josler now, you can see the first round, 6.45 seconds. He's the other guy that got in by way of time.
I'm glad he got in because he had that body work to Andrews in the semifinals. Another Andrews bull, Slim. This is a great bucking bull, and he is user-friendly, is what we were talking about earlier. This one spins. He had an eliminator in that long round, so maybe this is where Kyle Josler can kind of get well. But Slim is a good draw. He's going to spend a little time in the air and then spin both ways if Kyle Joslin's able to make the whistle. This is a good bull, though. You better not make a mistake. All right, 13 qualified rides. We talked about Bluestone's obvious mistake now that we have hindsight showing 2020. But here we go, Kyle Joslin. Let's see if we can't get one on the leaderboard. Coming to the right. Didn't even look like he had his hand in the rope whenever he came out.
He gets unloaded pretty quickly. He gets a double dose of Sammy Andrews on this night and winds up 0 for 2.
Watch his hand in the bull rope coming out. Let's see if he, you know, he sat there while the bull fought the chute a little bit, and he just kind of pops him up on his hand. Moves it, but it's already out coming. You saw his hand come up before he even left that bull's back. Okay, you can't ride him with no hands.
He winds up 2.78 seconds. And now to B.J. Schumacher, 63. He's the guy that, similar situation as Bluestone, had the rewrite option. He elected not to take it.
All right, gets in there. Oh, boy, just a little bit late. Little bull, Satan's own, a bad company. Mac Altizer, good draw, turn back to the right. And this is a bull that I think that B.J. Schumacher should have ridden. See where his butt is? It's right over into his hand. He's got to be able to move that. That's what he was trying to accomplish with his free hand, but he had just humped over too much and comes down too quick. B.J. Schumacher, 3.59. We're reigning bull riders here. Didn't get somebody to make the whistle and break the ice.
We do. Jason Legler now, 82 points. So anytime you come in that deep, 10 points behind the leader, obviously here you need to ride the bull.
All right, locomotion. I like this bull. This is an Andrews bull. And big, kind of a Charlet-looking bull. You don't see a lot of these in the rodeo, but this one could be another one of that bodacious lineage and just fire in the hole, turn back to the right in the gate. Legler, he never had a chance. He didn't even see the bull turn.
The first 4 guys we've had out haven't stayed on too long. Pretty much slam dunks.
1.47. Let's see. It's hard to buck off this fast. So see what? Watch his free hand. See where his butt goes? I mean, all the way off. This bull really fired out of the hole. Now, that's a rank bull. The little red bull with B.J. Schumacher, he should have ridden him. But you see, he's stuck into his hand as this bull comes out. That's just not in perfect position when he said okay.
1.47 for Legler. So far, 4.69 seconds, the best ride that we have seen so far in the finals.
Well, you know, this could be, you know, we're seeing a lot of new ground. We got the Reliant Stadium. It's over 60,000 people in here and watching this bull. Now, these guys got to be excited, and they may be trying a little bit too hard, Jeff. I'm not real sure to be able to get us a ride coming in here.
Colby Yates made his first Wrangler National Finals rodeo last year. Not too bad, finished 3rd in the final Jack Daniel World Standings. Kind of like to get a little momentum going in the Extreme Bulls Tour, because I think that's the fast track to make it back to the Wrangler
Oh,
NFR.
yeah, you know, you win one of these and then place, just place along. You're in the Wrangler National Finals rodeo. Here's the guy that I talked about in the semifinal round that may have more talent than almost anybody from Fort Worth, Texas. Colby Yates. Bull's gonna turn back right into his hand. He's got a good start. Got a spur. No, he reversed the spin, I think, tricked him. Well, when it rains, it pours. It's beginning to look like one of those nights. He's kind of holding a wing.
Mike, you're exactly right there. He's in pretty good shape until that bull turned back.
I don't know if he did that. Maybe if he's looks like he's holding his elbow a little bit. You know, and that's one of the things that's different in 2003 than it was back when I rode. You very seldom had events where you had to come right back and ride bulls, you know, 15, 20 minutes later after a long go-round and then a short go-round. But, you know, he just wasn't ready. He thought the bull was going to continue in that left spin, and so he just getting set for that, wasn't ready for that turn. Check that camera anchor, splat. Colby Yates, one of the best in the business. You know, nobody's immune. Oh, don't you know that pickup man's horse is proud of him, rode that bull.
He's still slow getting out of the arena, 5.16 seconds. Hit his left shoulder pretty hard on the chute. Looking down on Rooster right there. Another bull from Sammy Andrews. Good cowboy on his back, Jesse Bale.
All right, Jesse Bale, you know, reserve all-around champ of the world last year, and when he got to the finals, he just couldn't get anything going. He got beat up there, and you know, he got off his first bull. He's limping. I don't think he's totally well. Here's a guy that is not going to just go take any time off and do rehab. He's a real ranch cowboy, and he's going to tough it out. I expect to see him on the leaderboard. Let's see if he can get it done. I know one thing, the pressure of the money and the circumstance won't bother him. Here we go. Bale, round to the left into his hand, got a chance. Bull jumps out of it, moves ahead, just kind of slides out from under him. Look at that. Oh, he's hot. Good-looking red Bremer bull of Sammy Andrews. And, you know, Jesse just said, man, that bull always stays in it to the left. And you see him rearing, sliding him off his rope a little bit. You see Jesse, he's trying to compensate with his outside foot. He's back off his bull rope. Bull, then he moves ahead. Doesn't kick high enough in the rear end to get him up on his rope. A 5.03 second try, and some disgusted bull riders. A guy might not want to go back to the room for an interview right now.
That's probably not a good idea.
Be careful back there, Miss Mondale.
Luke Kelly now 83.5 on his first bull tonight. This is Sam's Town.
Good draw right here, Luke Kelly. Oh boy, oh no!
Kind of the same old story. These guys are getting off to a pretty good start. They just can't finish it.
All right, now, on this particular one, I think it's youth. Here's a guy that's riding real well, but he's young enough, he's not real sure why, Jeff. You know, you can get in the zone, you can go to winning. This bull jumps out, he makes a nice move. You know, he gets set back up, and then the bull does just what he would want him to do, is turn back into his hand. He's just out of position, and that's because he was trying too hard. Luke Kelly's going to win a lot of money in the bull riding if he can stay healthy.
But not tonight. 4.72 seconds, the final time there for Kelly. Jerry Shepard getting set. Snuff King on that story with Sammy Andrews. We talked about a couple of bulls, Bo Dippin, and Snuff King was the other one.
Unridden. This bull has got a great record. Shepard.
But they are bull rider friendly.
Round to the right. He said he'd spin either way. Goes to the right. Jerry Shepard had a good one going. Look at Miles there. Rick Chapman doing a great job. These guys were fighting bulls back when I was riding bulls. Now, they've got a little age on them, and Jerry Shepard's going, what happened? What happened? That's just a young guy. He just got bucked off, Jerry. You had a great bull, and you weren't up to the task tonight.
The chance to take one more look. This bull has power. He's got speed, too, Donnie.
Well, you know, he sets him up. He looks like he's wanting to go left, and you see Jerry's head. He's looking out the whole time. He should have been able to get around the corner further. 4.53, and that's just a mistake. And it's those young guys. They listen to those stories, and yeah, that bull spun to the left last time. Well, it didn't make any difference.
Well, so far, all we've been talking about is times, no scores. We'll see if we can change that when we return to Houston after a quick break. Welcome back to Houston Extreme Bulls, and there is one. Donnie Gay, smokeless hammer time.
Been ridden one time. You know, this bull's been bucking a long time. He's getting some age on him, and for the life of me, I can't tell why they hadn't ridden him more times. He looks like a great draw, but there's some great bulls in there. Look at Bo Dippin, bull we talked about earlier, and they better not make a mistake. I'd like to see somebody ride one, though.
All you need right now is a qualified ride. You'll jump to the top spot. We kick things off the second half of the finals here with Jason Mclean.
He's got BA at Salt River Rodeo. This is a nice draw. Jason Mclean, round to the right into his hand, now the other way. He's just going to jump out of it, jump and kick, and I'm telling you, when it rains, it pours, because Jason Mclean, he rides bulls like that. What would happen if you ran one right back in? They'd ride these bulls that they bucked off of, 99% of them. He's coming to the right into his hand. Now, he thinks he's going to spin to the left. He just kind of hangs out there and waits, and that bull just kind of keeps on oozing around to the right and bucked him off. And Jason Mclean would have bet his home that you're not going to buck him off going into his hand.
And these guys were red hot in the semifinals. We actually covered 14 bulls in there, and so far in the finals, 0 for 9. We're just talking times, 5.65. That's how long Jason Mclean managed to stay on BA. Here's Joe Smith, 85. He thought he should have been a little bit higher in the semifinals.
You know, I mean, I thought that he should have moved up, should have been 87, 88 at least, but, you know, that's why they don't let me judge. They just let me get up here and, you know, shoot the bull instead of doing anything really important. You know, this guy, first time I'd seen him ride, and he knows what he's doing.
You could tell it was textbook, wasn't it?
Yeah, I mean, he rode that bull perfectly. Let's see if he can get it done. Sudden impact, Salt River, round to the right into his hand. He's in a little trouble, got a recovery. You know, and that was a terrible day for that bull. He normally stays in the spin. Things are happening that don't normally happen. Watch this. Coming around to the right, now the bull's going to stay in the spin. He's a little in trouble. He pumps and gets back over there, and just as he does, what does the bull do? The bull just kind of quits and heads out. Rears him back 5.62.
That takes us now to Robbie Condren. He's matched up with Bo Dippin.
Well, I thought when I saw the draw sheet that this guy right here would be the guy to beat. It's a great bull of Sammy Andrews, and Robbie Condren's been to 2 NFRs.
Earlier, he talked with Eleanor Mondale.
How do you feel about drawing Bo Dippin?
Sure, it is a great draw. 731 of Sammy Andrews. He's on the bodacious. He'll kick out there by a 2, I guess, and spin either way. He just as good as they get, you know. He's a real good bucker to beat 90 even more on.
Now Robbie's got youth on his side, 23 years old, made it to the Wrangler NFR twice, made it in 2000, again last year in 2002, and right now just kind of focusing on getting the best of Bo Dippin.
Well, this guy's been riding great since he was about 17 years old, but he kind of hit the wall a little bit, and it's time for Robbie Condren to move it on up. Right now would be a good place to do it. Bull's going to jump out 2 or 3 jumps. He said go either way, went to the left, and Condren was stuck into his hand. Never even got around the corner, and that's whenever I can tell that a guy with a lot of talent is just trying too hard. It's kind of like a guy trying to guide a putt into the hole or guide a pass to the guy that's wide open. It's a lot harder to do whenever the pressure's on, and most of that is you put that pressure on yourself, and 3.81 was not a good attempt from Robbie Condren.
Oh, he had the game plan, and the bull did exactly what he thought it would do, but still didn't manage to come through with a qualified ride. Blue Bryant now 86.5 in that first round. Change in Fear, another bull from Salt River, is the draw, so qualified ride puts you on top, and it also puts some pressure on some guys yet to come, guys like Phillip Elkins and Terry Don West.
Well, you know, Blue Bryant needs the win. He's been crippled for a long time. You saw him hopping in round 1, well, to the end of his hand, and he just loses the bull rope. Oh, man.
It's just one of those nights. Black Cats, full moon, something's going on, but these guys are 0 for 12 now in the finals, after covering 14 bulls in the semifinals. So they've gone stone cold.
All right, you see him. I mean, he's thinking this bull is going to keep on spinning, and, you know, that anticipation, but you hear us talk about it all. You see, Blue Bryant's not at all well, but, you know, he believes that if he's not confined to bed, then he's okay. And so, you know, that's the mindset of most bull riders, and just makes it tough. But you can see here Jason Mclean riding 5 points. We got to get somebody at least 6 seconds.
Yeah, 7-second barrier. 8's going to win you some serious money. Robert Bowers gets set 89 in the first round, so he comes in here with a lot of momentum. We'll see if he can keep the wildfire going.
All right, Wildfire's the bull, and it belongs to Mac Altizer. This bull's record's really impressive. He hasn't been ridden this season. Let's see if we can get it done. Bowers right around the corner. Look good. Oh, I think he touched him with a free hand. Rode the bull.
Well, the cannons go off, the whistle goes off, he
looking.
makes it 8 seconds, and yeah, a little bit of question there.
I see a red flag down there. You see the red and yellow flag? Now, Robert Bowers could challenge this. You know, we have the challenge a little bit different with the Xtreme Bull. He rides this bull 8 seconds, but he did it with 2 hands and should be a no score. Let's see if we can't watch it. We'll get a replay going here. Now watch his free hand coming down. It missed it there. Looked all right. Now right here, coming, should get a great shot.
Yeah, right there.
No question, that's a no score. I mean, we want somebody to get the money, but you got to do it by the rules. Robert Bowers said, oh, man. They stopped the clock, 5.62. That'll tie him for the 2nd position right now if no one were to make a qualified ride.
Those judges don't miss that very often. They don't miss it here. So we had a guy make it to the whistle, only to be backed up to 5.62. And Donnie, we're down to our last two guys here, still looking for a qualified ride in the final. Phillip Elkins also with an 89 in that first round. Sneaky Snake from Salt River is the bull.
It's a tough bull to ride, but Phillip should ride him. Phillip Elkins and Terry Don West are the last two, but certainly not least. These are the best two bull riders, the most consistent, and they've ridden for the most money under all kinds of pressure situations. So this is just a test of wills on a night where the bulls have had the mojo working.
They have had it. 29 years old, two-time qualifier for the Wrangler National Finals.
Here we go. Sneaky Snake gonna come to the right. Usually stays in the spin. Elkins, now he's gonna jump out of it, move ahead, and put him down. That's pretty close to the whistle. You see him looking, but I think we got somebody to 6 seconds anyway, but let me see here. Well, jumping, kicking. Now watch this bull when he jumps out of the spin and jump forward. Comes around. Elkins is just close to the vest. See him slide off his bull rope, and then the bull gets him back on the end of his arm with his head up, and then just has to turn left. Watch this. Watch his head come up right here. Head up, free hand back, and then just a little left turn, and he's down.
Man, had a great ride going. 6.72 seconds the time for Phillip Elkins.
Those two guys woulda, coulda, shoulda, thought I had it. Well, not today. Miles Hare coming. Hey, guys, you know, it's just one bull ride. Got a full season yet to go, but we still got Terry Don West.
Well, the good news for Phillip Elkins, he's at least going to tie for second with Robert Bowers, and Terry Don West climbs on now.
He could just get off. I mean, he's got it won. He's got hammer time. Been ridden one time. Let's see if we can get it going. TD, I bet he makes the whistle. Round to the left, bull hits his head, hits his butt, and throws him off. That's a foul any way you cut it.
So Terry Don West should get a re-ride option here.
Well, but he doesn't have to. He still got it won. It doesn't make any difference. There's the re-ride option. You see Jade Robinson. He's coming up, Wrangler Pro official.
Yeah, so now the question for Terry Don West as we watch it one more time here as he's fouled at the gate.
Bull's fouled, and the horn hits him. Now watch this. Bull fouls himself again. That just sets Terry Don West off into his hand. I mean, that's no different than the bull hitting his leg on the gate. They gave him a re-ride. He said, hey, these people paid to see somebody ride one. I'm going to ride one.
And he is a player. T-Bird from Salt River is the bull.
Real fast spinning bull. Only thing that Terry Don has to worry about, and it may be a good thing, he doesn't know this bull. He's not really seen him other than maybe one time at the San Antonio event. Jerry Nelson owns the bull, said, you know, we just bought this bull, but he really looks like a player. He was down in the re-rides. They didn't expect to use him in this performance, in this section of bulls, but he's a good draw. Terry Don West, he's just doing this for the fans. Now, when you see guys talk about being professionals, this guy's a professional. You know, some guys want to get paid to go sign autographs. He's just going to get on another bull just because the people are here. They've not seen anybody make the whistle. He's going to try it on for size. TD. Round to the left. No problem right there. Bull hits his... Oh, yeah, back the other way. Y'all are seeing a guy that is on a roll.
Hangs up for just a minute, but finally we get a bull rider to that 8-second mark. And
going over to another world champion, Cody Snyder, saying, yeah, Top Buckle had to show him how to do it. What a nice job. What a nice finishing touch on a great event. 60,000 people, they're going to go home knowing that Terry Don West is liable to have another gold buckle this year.
This fall, he will be 38 years old, but he's still as good as he wants to be. And he has won the second stop on the PRCA Extreme Bulls Tour right here in Houston, Texas.
Nice job. All right. Round to the left, and that bull hesitates, hits the fence. He could have got another re-ride option, but the judges are saying, boys, you know, let's just give him a score. Let's make him take this one. The nice job. Hand kind of hangs in the rope. But here's a guy, 91 points, you know, moot point. He could have been 51 points. He's still going to win the event. Only man to qualify on 2 rides, Terry Don West. That's not a surprise to me. Probably not a surprise to him.
183 on 2 bulls, a 92 and a 91. More from Houston when we come back. This ESPN presentation of Extreme Bulls from Reliant Stadium in Houston, Texas is brought to you by Coors Original, real Rocky Mountain beer. It's Guys Night Out. By Dodge, you can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horns. Dodge. By Justin Boots, standard of the West since 1879. And by Wrangler, for the cowboy in you.
Well, we call it Extreme Bulls. It was the right name tonight because the Bulls got the best of them, bucking off 14 guys in the short go.
Well, you know, I was really surprised that they bucked off 14 out of 15. Of course, really a clean sweep for the stock contractors. They were feeling pretty good. Terry Don West, though, wins the event, was going to win it anyway. Got a re-ride because the bull fouled himself. You know, and comes back and just rides a bull that he didn't know anything about. What a great job. It was extreme bull riding tonight in Houston.
Donnie, here are the final numbers. Terry Don, a 92 and a 91, wins a little over $26,000.
Well, the only guy that rode both of his bulls that got scores on too, Phillip Elkins, Robert Bowers, you can see the money won. In the tour standings, Terry Don West moves ahead of Corey Melton, 24,000 to 29.7. And, you know, these guys all have a leg up for the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo.
Now it's time to dip into the well. This is kind of the good, bad, and the ugly from tonight, starting with Vince Stanton.
Well, you know, it started out this way. When it rains, it pours, and you know, there's pluses and minuses to everything. You want to be on television? Yeah, well, you can do that in rodeo. You can do that in bull riding. You want to be a bull rider? Guapola. Adam Percy gets stepped on. I mean, he's okay, but that looked bad.
Myron Dwar drawing dog face, maybe one of the rankest bulls we saw tonight.
A big, high jump, great big bull of Salt Rivers just puts him down. I mean, we're talking about the best bull riders in the world, and here comes another one.
Yeah, Kyle Joslin, his chances of riding slim were slim.
Real slim. B.J. Schumacher has ridden some really ranked bulls. Little Satan's on just jumped out and turned right back to the right, just what the doctor ordered. But hey, guess what? No cinches in the bull riding.
Colby Yates, buku talent, but tonight just couldn't get the job done.
Well, you know, Jesse James is going to the left. He said, I can't get him that way. I'll just slam him upside the chutes and give him a taste of me.
Tough break for Robert Bowers. Actually rides this bull for 8 seconds, but he slaps him in here, and we give him a little extra point for the dismount.
Well, you know, he rode that bull with 2 hands, but boy, his get-off needs a little work.
And Bluestone, probably for a few weeks, is going to be saying, why did I take a re-ride when I had 81.5 points?
SmackDown does the SmackDown with the champ of the world. I mean, he said, yeah, you got a gold buckle. Well, guess what? You're only as good as your last ride. You see Miles Harris, Rick Chapman, and Bluestone says, and you thought I was thinking? Huh, not me.
That kept him out of the finals. Well, it was a great night for the Bulls. If you're keeping score, Bulls 14, Cowboys 1. Let's get the stock contractor's perspective. Here's Eleanor.
I'm here with Sammy Andrews. We just had an amazing show of bull skill. What does this say about the caliber of the bulls here?
Well, the Cowboys are good, but the Bulls just had a sensational night. They were pretty outstanding. And we had to take the 16th one to get Terry Don to ride one. I thought the Bulls had an outstanding night. Sometimes the Cowboys have their night. Tonight is the Bulls' night.
Earlier you were saying they're like your children. Are you beaming with pride?
Oh, yes. Every stock contractor here is beaming with pride. Everybody loved this.
Degloating. All right, Jack Daniel World Standings, Terry Don West on top, 49,300 in the bank. Lots will change. This is just our second stop on Extreme Bulls. 8 more to go, so all these guys have a chance to secure their spot at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. By the way, a little bit of history was made here tonight. A world record for a single night of bull riding, 60,278 fans turning out here in Houston. Our next stop, Austin, Texas, Rodeo Austin, Extreme Bulls. Don't miss it. July 13th. For more, go to ESPN.com. For Donnie Gay and Eleanor Mondale, I'm Jeff Metters. We'll see you next time on Extreme Bulls. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com.